We continue our series on the top 20 most powerful black superheroes with Lunella Lafayette, Moongirl. Before I get into Lunella, I'm going to explain the comic's pseudoscience behind Inhumans really quick. The Inhumans were created by the Kree millions of years in the Earth's historical past at the beginning of the Kree-Skrull War. After discovering celestial involvement in the Homo sapien species, the Kree became interested in the possibility of learning ways to jumpstart their own evolutionary process that had been dormant for millions of years. They were intrigued also with the possibility of the humans being a secret weapon against the Skrull. Their experiments created the Inhumans, who have an inherent gene that lies dormant until activation through exposure to a chemical known as terrigen. This process is known as terrigenesis. Inhumans are essentially regular humans in every way until undertaking this process. However, Inhuman society still considers all humans as inhuman upon identification of the gene, even without undergoing the process. Terrigenesis generally has a plethora of effects that imbue Inhumans with abilities of varying degree, from very small to extremely powerful, but also potentially cause physical deformities. There's no way of knowing the effect of terrigenesis until the process is complete, and many Inhumans choose not to undergo the process at all. After undergoing terrigenesis, Inhumans also naturally receive a slight boost in their physical strength and natural physical resilience, and have a heightened resistance to disease and toxins. So let's get back to Lunella. Moongirl was created by Brandon Montclair, Amy Reeder, and Natasha Bustos, and first appeared in Moongirl and Devil Dinosaur #1. After finding out she was a null human, or a person who carries a dormant inhuman gene, Lunella became terrified at the possibility of undergoing terrigenesis. Now, another quick deviation, it's appropriate to give a bit of backstory. During the Infinity crossover event, the Inhumans had been targeted by Thanos because Thane, his son, was living among them in an Inhuman colony, as it had been identified that Thane had an Inhuman gene. Thanos wanted Thane dead, so he demanded the deaths of all Inhumans between the ages of 16 and 22 to ensure Thane's death. The Inhumans constructed a Terrigen bomb which had the potential power to tear a hole in space-time, and that was intended to deter Thanos, or combat him if needed. When Thanos arrived, the bomb was detonated and a Terrigen cloud began circling the globe, spontaneously inducing terrigenesis on anyone in the population carrying the Inhuman gene. It was news of this cloud that caused Lunella to develop a way to test her DNA for the Inhuman gene. When she identified she had the gene, her fears of potentially turning into a deformed Inhuman drove her to search for a way to prevent the process. She developed a new device to locate Kree technology on Earth. She theorized that if there was a way to deactivate her Inhuman gene, the Kree technology would be the best possible way to do so. Her device led her to a Kree Omniwave projector, which was accidentally activated by her teacher, opening a portal into Earth's past. This brought a group of primitive beings known as the Killer Folk and Devil Dinosaur to present time. Lunella's efforts to deactivate her Inhuman gene fail. She runs out of time. The Terrigen cloud finds its way to her neighborhood, and unable to escape it, she undergoes terrigenesis. Lunella Lafayette was born with a super genius intellect. A special test developed by Bruce Banner to quantify the intellect of super intelligent beings identified her as being the smartest person on the planet, with intelligence beyond that of even Reed Richards, who previously held that title. I'm going to deviate once again to set the record straight. Super genius, or super intelligence as it exists in comic book lore, denotes a class of intellect higher than that of regular human capacity. While in real life, geniuses like Einstein, Stephen Hawking, or members of the organization Mensa, of whom actress Gina Davis is a member, are regular people with genius IQ, which peaks around 300. A super genius goes beyond the scope of normal human range. While super geniuses in the comics are born naturally, like for example Lunella, Tony Stark, and Reed Richards, many super geniuses are imbued with their intellect via some other means. Because regular tests of intellect are incapable of accurately testing IQ beyond the normal human range, super genius was kind of left as the catch-all for this class of people. Banner's test was designed to have no ceiling, so that a super genius IQ could be quantified regardless of where it lies on the chart. And this test is incredibly accurate and infallible. As Amadeus Cho noted, even after trying the test multiple times, he always arrived at the same score. Previously thought to be impossible, Lunella took the test with no ceiling and broke through the ceiling, and she did so while casually conversing with Cho at the same time, meaning Lunella is not only the smartest super genius on the planet, but she's far smarter than everyone else. It's also important to note that intellect is only a capacity for learning, reasoning, logic, and understanding, and is not to be confused with knowledge, experience, and wisdom, which someone like Reed Richards or even Stephen Hawking, who have studied for a lifetime, would have more of than Lunella, who's a 9-year-old kid. Lunella does already have vast knowledge of mechanical engineering, which she basically taught herself and displayed with the various gadgets she created, like her Cree technology locating device and a spaceship capable of interstellar flight. She's also a skilled hacker, an ability she displayed by hacking into the New York City Police Department computer to locate Devil Dinosaur after he'd been captured by the Hulk. After undergoing Terrigenesis, Lunella gained the ability to switch her consciousness with animals anytime she had a strong emotion. However, as of now, the switch is spontaneous and outside of her control. Generally, this switch occurs with Devil Dinosaur, her companion whom she shares a bond with and who travels with her on her adventures and protects her. As we spoke about earlier, due to her inhuman physiology, she also possesses heightened strength and physical resilience. Well, there you have it, Lunella Lafayette, Moongirl. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Holla.